Navigating transformation and clarity. Welcome to your October 2023 monthly astrology forecast. So, as the leaves change and the energy begins to shift as we head on into fall, we're in for a month of deep transformation, some insightful revelations, and some powerful shifts with the planetary movements. We're going to have a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse that are going to emphasize themes of balance and material well-being. They're going to be urging us to release what's holding us back and embrace this transformative growth as we move forward. Mercury and the Sun are both going to be in Scorpio, encouraging us to dive deep with our emotions and our thoughts, while Venus in Virgo is going to emphasize practical expressions of love. This month is an invitation to embrace the change, to reflect on your relationships and your values, to embark on a journey of inner exploration. Be open to transformation as the universal energies are here to guide us towards greater clarity and more authenticity. To work to stay adaptable, to be open-minded as you navigate the planetary currents of October. My hope is that having this forecast available ahead of time is going to give you the areas of your life that are going to be most affected and impacted, and have this opportunity to flow and to work with the changes that are occurring in your life. Remember that eclipses, they bring such dramatic shifts, and that there's not an opportunity to go back. They eclipse people, places, and things into our life and out of our life. And so there is no opportunity to go back, and it can sometimes be jarring and confusing. So at this time, my hope is that you will see this as an opportunity, that this eclipse, the eclipses and the eclipse season, they're meant for growth. My hope is that the astrological insights that you gain will empower you to make the most of this transformative month. So stay tuned to the energies and stay in tune to them, and continue to seek alignment with your higher self. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're a regular follower, thank you for your support, your thumbs up, your shares, your comments. I invite all of you to join me for my lives on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'm going to have one time a month for the new moon and another time of the month for the full moon. And in between, I'm going to be offering tarot consultations. I also encourage you to sign up for my email, where I share the latest happenings with links to find everything. And if you're ready for an in-depth reading of your chart, you can schedule a personalized astrological reading at my website, willowgracemystic.com. So welcome. I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and this is your October forecast. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, October is going to be a month of profound change and self-discovery for each of the signs. And so let's dive in and see what it has in store for you. So I want to bring attention to the Aries section of your life, which is your 12th house. The 12th house is the hidden, it's the secretive, it's where we go to be alone, and it's where we tune into our intuition, our spirit guides, our dreams, and your 6th house. The 6th house is the house of your daily service, your habits, it's how you balance your home and your work life. And it's also the house of pets and the house of health. So as we move forward into the month, we start off on the 1st, and that's going to be our main focus. So as we move forward into the month, I want to draw your attention to October 8th. I want you to be following Venus. Venus is in your 4th house, and she's going to be moving up into your 5th house. So as she gets here, Venus is the planet, it's the goddess of love and material wealth and cash and property and fine things. And so the month is going to be the focus on you balancing work and home and going within. And so that's the overall theme. And everything else that shifts around it is going to be affecting it. So the first is Venus. The month begins with Venus, the planet of love and harmony, entering pragmatic Virgo. Virgo is detailed, organized, structured. So I want you to think about your relationships and aesthetics. The 5th house for you is affairs, children, being childlike. It's the house of creativity. It's where we go to create things. And so your relationships, your aesthetics, they're going to be taking on a more practical tone. It's going to be a time where you're going to show your love through acts of service or kindness and appreciate the beauty in simple things. And so maybe creative projects, maybe you making these creative projects to show people your love and your compassion for them. This is going to also be a time where you're going to need to focus on your self-care and attention to all things that are matters of the heart. Taking care of yourself so you can take care of children, or taking care of yourself so you can enjoy the activities, the art, the music, the whatever it is that brings you joy. It's going to be an opportunity that Venus is saying, how can I take time out for myself as I'm working towards these eclipses, the nodes, the directions. It's earthy things. And so your south node in Libra is where everything is going to, needing to find a balance, needing to not work all the time and not volunteer all the time, not feel like I'm being pulled in two different directions, and taking care of your own needs. Then as we move forward to the 14th. On the 14th, we're going to have this beautiful eclipse. So it's going to be potent. I want to draw your attention again to your 6th house. And we now have the sun, the moon, and the south node, and Mercury is here. So this is a potent solar eclipse, which is also called a new moon. It's in the sign of Libra. Libra is the scales. It's about balance. It's about negotiation. It's about give and take. It's also the sign of, like on oxen, the yoke that they both wear, that whenever this one makes a move, this one also. So this is about partnership, and that whenever one of you does something that the other one is automatically part of, or if you want to do something, they're part of the decision, they're part of the movement. And so it's going to bring this fresh start to partnerships in your life. Now, the 6th house is not only your daily service, it's also the house of not just service, but it's the house of mentors and people who you listen to or get support from. And so with that, this is helping you to find balance in your life. It's going to be an opportunity to leave behind some old relationships. Maybe you're ready to move on to a new exercise program. Maybe you're ready to move on to new health programs. Maybe you are finding new doctors or new healthcare workers, or maybe you are finding a new place that you are going to be volunteering. Or how are you balancing home and work? Are you working from home? Are you working travel? But this is also the house of pets. And so all of those things are going to be reformatted for you. Now, it's going to be leaving behind these old relationship dynamics and an opportunity for you to create these harmonious, well-balanced connections. So at this time, make sure that you set your intentions for fair and equitable collaborations, whether they are for work or for pleasure and at home, and to look to seek more inner equilibrium. This is a balance between your need to be in the outside world and your need for self-care. This is going to be a really important, potent solar eclipse because it's the first one to occur in the sign of Libra since the year 2016. So it supercharges this 6-month window that's going to refresh and rewire these relationships of mentorship, work, home, people that are of service, and where you are of service. This could, I want you to think of it as, could some part of your work benefit from maybe having a collaborator who complements your skill set? With the moon and the planet Mercury, remember Mercury is speaking, talking, travel, making contact together. This could be a perfect opportunity for you to write down the qualities and the capabilities of the person or persons that you would like to attract and draw into your life at this time. The moon, it also opposes. So opposing. The moon is opposing Chiron here. Now, an opposition is something that's blocking you, something that's stopping you. And so as it opposes your wound, Chiron is the wounded healer. Be mindful of the type of people that you draw in at this eclipse time. Make sure that you're not drawing in people that you are trying to take care of or that need your assistance so much that you give too much of your time, because this is supposed to be focused on you and what you can bring to the table and what they can bring to the table to complement you. Now, the lunar nodes, they point to areas of life where you're asked to find these new directions. So we're ending one area and we're beginning a new direction. And think of it as a rebalancing of your priorities. Now that the nodes are moving into the signs of Aries, your 12th house of your identity, I need to pay attention to past karma. I need to pay attention to my intuition, to my dreams. Maybe check out what are the Akashic records, meditation. This is and spirit guides. It's anything that is of your mind and of your dreams. The 12th house is also where you take time out. The 12th house it can be hospitalizations. It could be where you take time out for a retreat. So that's the area of your life of taking care of yourself on the inside and finding a balance with Libra, where you have given too much in the outer world. So you're being asked to find this balance between who you are as an individual and your relationship and your social networks. With the South Node in Libra, some of your long-term partnerships and alliances may come to a natural end. Now, this could be mentors that have worked with you or that you've worked with. This could also be people that you have supported. It may come to a natural ending that the project is over, or they are older, they no longer need your support, or you're ready to move on to something else or find somebody else that suits your needs. If you're finding a mentor in your life, seeking out someone who fits that niche of what you need. The North Node is about you finding your own unique voice, to go within and say what motivates you, for you to set these boundaries, to fight for your own individual goals and find new ways that you can express yourself wholly and completely. Now, because of the planet Uranus, I want to talk about Uranus for a hot second. Uranus is in your first house. Uranus is the planet of shock, surprise, unique, and it's think outside the box. Because of the planet Uranus's location, this eclipse is inviting you to restructure your relationships for yourself so that you are finding more equality, more inclusiveness, and respect for each other's differences. This has everything to do with who are you becoming by going within and saying, I need to pay attention to my inner guides, my intuition to guide me in what is naturally going to go to the wayside and what is naturally going to be being brought into my life. Then, okay, let's talk about Mercury. So then on October 22nd, we now have Mercury. Mercury is now entering into Scorpio. This is in your 7th house of partnership. So I'm hoping that you see this relationship as it builds throughout the month. Mercury, again, thoughts, ideas, communication. Scorpio, deep, intense, intuitive, watery, wanting to get to the bottom of things. 7th house, partnerships, relationships, one-on-one, clients, best friends, business partners, significant partners. And so when Mercury now goes into your 7th house, in the intense sign of Scorpio, this is encouraging you to have these deep thinking, probing conversations, not only with yourself, but with the people that you are now connecting up with, diving into the depths of what are your thoughts, what is the way that you communicate, and making sure that you are communicating authentically, uncovering any hidden truths, and being cautious of any possible power struggles that you may have in discussions about revealing some things that are coming to light and dealing with them as they come up. And then we're going to have the Sun on October 23rd also join. So now we have the Sun down here. This is the Sun represents you. Every month it goes through a new sign, and it's you embracing that energy of what are you working with. Well, Scorpio is deep, it's intense, it's intuition and that gut feeling. So the sun in Scorpio is very transformative. It's going to be, the energy is going to be intense. It's going to be you knowing things without people saying things. It's going to be you embracing this period of personal growth, rebirth, and shedding of old layers. It's in your 7th house. So I think of it as like a snake. You are growing and evolving and changing. And as a snake evolves and grows, then it sheds its old skin as it becomes newer, bigger, stronger, better. And so in your 7th house of partnerships, shedding some skin, some old layers. Some people are going to be eclipsed out of your life. So use this time to let go of what no longer serves you, who no longer serves you, where are you best to move out with new partners or new significant others, or to stay thoroughly connected with specific people that are already in your life, like deepen that connection. It's about focus on your inner desires and your inner passions. And then on October 28th, so on October 28th, this is really unique. We have the moon in Taurus conjunct Jupiter in your 1st house. And then we have the North Node eclipse in your 12th house. So it's an out of sign eclipse. This month is going to conclude with this lunar eclipse in the stable sign of Taurus. Taurus is you. It's your body. It's how you see yourself. It's solid, stable, reliable, sensual. And it's going to illuminate your values, your finances, your material security. It's going to be a time where you are going to assess your relationships with money, possessions, your self-worth, how you see yourself with these things that you have, how it changes who you are, what you are shedding and getting rid of, and what is emerging as the new. You are going to be assessing your relationship to money, possessions, releasing any attachments that you have to like outdated beliefs, and embracing more grounded sense of abundance as you move forward, because it's you. Remember, it's your 1st house of self. Now, this is the 3rd and final lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus that represents your money, security, your hard work. And this is an eclipse series that began rippling across the Scorpio-Taurus axis of your life on November 19th, 2021. So I want you to think back to that time period where everything that had to do with who you were and who your partnerships and your relationships totally was in an upheaval and ready for transformation. It radically revamped the economy for everybody, but it also revamped your personal financial habits for the last 2 years. Remember that Taurus is sensual, it is stable, it loves luxury, and so we're talking about you're being ruled by the goddess of Venus. And so the key is to make sure that you have enough resources to cover your basics while enjoying the things that you personally consider like your earthy delights. You're ending something that started in 2021 in order to begin a new journey of who am I? Now, Taurus is conjunct, this moon is conjunct Jupiter, and it opposes Mars. So let's take a look at opposing Mars. So this is opposing Mars. Again, oppose means what is opposite of, what is blocking you, what is stopping you. This is partnerships, this is relationships, this is one-on-one. There is something out there that is blocking, and Uranus is shock, surprise, think outside the box, unique, and you're going to have to revisit your approach to resources and take charge of your own personal financial future. This is something to do with, it is partnerships or clients. It's the 1+1 house. And so it'll definitely affect who you are. And it's a revamp of who I was, me taking ownership, and me now moving on. And it will be like a quick succession of, I'm now ready to have, this is the final straw, boom, done. This, remember that this did start in 2021. So this is like the culmination, the ending of This is going to be a really major release of a complete ending. So now you're going to be able to focus on the Aries part of your life, the 12th house of I need to go within, I need to pay attention to my intuition. Where was I not? And what are my values? And the Libra, 6th house, the balance of where do I give too much? And my home and my work, and focus on my partnerships, my boundaries, my contracts, my legal matters for the next 18 months, and owning it, taking ownership of it. Aries is, it rolls your head, and it's about the warrior and saying, where have I given away this power? And now I'm slowly going to pull it back into what is mine. And I need to go within and say, what do I truly value? What do I truly want, need, and desire in order for me to feel safe and secure and evolve into who I want to be? Not follow somebody else's path, but to follow my own. So I hope you found this video resource to be helpful and guide you on this transformation of your life. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments section below. Good luck with that, Taurus.